Shalom. This is the book of Jude, verse 24. Now unto him that is able to keep you from falling, and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy, to the only wise power of our Savior, be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now and ever, so be it. Giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kwadash, and double honor to mighty Jews, the apostles, the elders, and the bishops of Great Millstone, who watch over our souls. Shalom to the Akim worldwide that are sincere and serious doing the will of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kwadash. 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 1 and 2. To you all, stay strong and stay mighty. So I'm the brother, the disciple Koshab and Yamil from the branch here in Great Millstone, Barbados. A woman 22 is frozen to death in care after being trapped in blizzard as 50 inches fell. And this had be a horrible way to die by yourself, by assuming by yourself. I think you see a woman that sent her last words via call to her family. Yeah, when I get learn to fear the Lord, boy, you know what I mean? A 22-year-old woman has become the latest victim to freeze to death while traveling in Buffalo, New York. Now you got brothers in Buffalo, and the elder, the head of the Great Millstone campus.
Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth through the Holy Spirit. And as always, I want to give a special peace and blessings and salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect. All right, I'm the brother Zion. And real quick, I wanted to just let brothers know, the elders, the apostles, the elder bishops that up here in Buffalo, Niagara Falls area, we're safe. All right, we're good. We did have this terrible snowstorm come through. Temperatures were 5 degrees feels like -10. 4 degrees feels like -2, negative this, negative that. I was talking to the brothers in the campus chat. I let them know we were okay. But they also sent this article, which this was a Facebook post made for people who were in danger. Buffalo blizzard response. And a lot of these people were, stuck in their cars for 15 hours with disabled children. People were stuck for hours and hours. People were without power. You can see
that all the brothers good. So call halal Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai for that. Because as you can see, I've seen videos where people boiling water and when they throw the water outside, it immediately turns to ice. See? Frost. See? So, this ought to be a terrifying experience. And Taylor, 22, died hours after she sent a video to her family WhatsApp chat saying she was trapped in her car by more than 50 inches of fast falling snow. I think she was scared for her life, see? A 22-year-old woman has become the get his victim to freeze to death while traveling in Buffalo, New York, as a once-in-a-lifetime storm buries the region in 50 meters of snow. And that Taylor spent more than 18 hours, 18 hours trapped inside her car after thick snow prevented her from either moving or escaping her car. Whoa, so that was her death right there, boy. Trapped right there. The young woman who was on her way back from work on Friday afternoon sent her family a final video from inside her car the day before she was discovered dead from what her mother said was carbon monoxide poisoning rather than hypothermia. So she probably had the car on to try to heat up herself, but because the snow, probably because the car was trapped in the snow, probably the fumes get back inside somehow. You know what I mean? Miss Taylor was one of 3 people who died in their cars as a result of being trapped by the snow in Buffalo. The total death toll in the region is 35 as a result of the freezing conditions, while the nationwide toll is 70. Final video to her family, the young woman said she was stuck in her vehicle and that the snow was coming down thick and fast. The 16-second video depicted Miss Taylor rolling down her snow-covered window to display the fierce conditions. Several cars could be seen trapped by the snow as the ferocious winds whipped by the background. The family quickly called 911 following receipt of the video. Despite her family's desperate attempts to locate the young woman, her location could not be reached and she was eventually found dead late on Saturday. And this is, wow. This is how it looked, boy. Probably the video there.
meio da enxurrada, a motorista abre a porta para sair do carro, mas a força da água no sentido contrário empurra a porta de volta.
This is the book of Job 37. It started at 1. At this also my heart trembleth and is moved out of his place. Hear attentively the noise of his voice and the sound that goeth out of his mouth. He directeth it under the whole heaven, and is lightning unto the ends of the earth. After it a voice roareth. He thundereth with the voice of his excellency, and he will not stay them when his voice is heard. God thundereth marvelously with his voice. Great things doeth he which we cannot comprehend. For he saith to the snow, Be thou on the earth, likewise to the small rain, and to the great rain of his strength. He sealeth up the hand of every man, that all men may know his work. Then the beasts go into the dens and remain in their places. Out of the south cometh the whirlwind, and cold out of the north. By the breath of the Most High, frost is given, and the breath of the waters is straightened. Also by watering he reareth the thick cloud, he scattereth his bright cloud, and it is turned round about by his counsels, that they may do what whatsoever he commandeth them upon the face of the world in the earth. There's another basic point here. He causes it to come whether for correction or for his land or for mercy. So clearly this wasn't for his land. This wasn't for his land, right, to make the land plentiful, crops to grow, for mercy, same thing, you know what I mean? This was for correction, right? This was for correction, boy. Second Ezra 16, verse 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Bad times. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Yeah, so people still didn't get to heed to the Lord, boy, you know what I mean? This truly was for correction, boy. Right? Hosea 4:1. Hear the word of Yahweh, ye children of Israel. For the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of the Most High in the land. Yeah? So the Lord sent this frost, this snow, as correction. And so 70 people, and maybe even more. Because the brother did a video, people scrambling.
And now to the cause of much of the travel mayhem that we're discussing right now, the massive winter storm that's slamming upstate New York.
These pictures are just so dramatic. Still, President Biden moving the state's emergency declaration yesterday. That means that New York is now going to receive some extra help, especially in the way of money from FEMA. NBC News correspondent Jesse Kirsch is joining us now from upstate New York. Jesse, good day to you.
Hey there, Jesse. We know that 63 people have died so far. Sorry, I'm not sure if we're connected yet, Jesse. We know that 63 people have died so far, 27 in Buffalo alone. A Buffalo official said that, they sort of see the light at the end of the tunnel, but what are you seeing there on the ground?
Yeah, there's still a long way to go with cleanup here, Morgan and Peter. I'm standing on a mound of snow in what should be the middle of a street. And you can see behind me two gentlemen shoveling using the snow blower. They are trying to clear this away because they're worried that without getting this mountain, essentially, of snow in the middle of the street, I mean, you can see how much higher it is than the street level. Without clearing that out of the way, they're worried that the plows won't be able to get through here and better open the community. I saw some of the main roads are getting to be in pretty good condition, but officials still do not want people out on the roadways. And because sidewalks are still covered in snow, I've seen people walking in the streets. So obviously all kinds of safety concerns around the layers of what is still going on here. And just to underscore the amount of snow, you see this, it looks like a snowdrift. But that little dot of red right there, that is a side view mirror on a car. So this is a vehicle that is still almost entirely submerged in snow days after this deadly storm began. The number of dead has been fluctuating this morning at the latest press briefing from officials, but we know at this point, according to reports, more than 24 people confirmed dead because of weather-related incidents in the wake of this storm. And that makes this the deadliest storm in the history of this community, a community that is very familiar with bad winter weather. The mayor of Buffalo saying that any community would not be able to easily deal with what has been unfolding here, and they're about as prepared as any place in this country for snow in Buffalo, as we see year in and year out, guys.
But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. All praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.